Okay. I think it should work now. This is right? Is it right? I hope it's right. Is it right? It should be right. Alright, cool. And we are officially live. Anyway, what am I to do here? I didn't really want to return. I mean, I could always just not play, but like then again, I was gifted a sub, so I kind of got to use this opportunity. So this is going to be the in-betweens between my leave and return. Because to be honest, not truly back. If I was back, I would actually be more consistent, but I don't plan on being consistent whatsoever. Because I actually have a lot of things to plan, a lot of things to work on, and a lot of things I was working on. Hold on. It does make me question, though. Because I don't remember if this is the old sound effects that I might have. No, I think I recently... Ooh, no, that's still laggy. Alright. Good. Sounds good. Okay. Ping is about the same. Alright, so in preparation to my return, I was going to collect a decent amount of just random locations to head towards. But now since I'm here, I might as well. Where was I gonna go? Hold on. I need to find the images. There's a whole lot of images. Whole lot of images. Give me a second. What? Ah, here it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, that, the most obvious one does make sense. I just got really used to seeing it while scrolling. Huh. So, anyway. Where's my stuff? Okay. So I have a few ideas of where to go. Such as the monolith that's apparently finished. Maybe. I don't know. I'll take this. Take this too. I'll take this too. And I'll take this. The book is useless. I'll take the backup. And that should be it. Alright. So, I don't have a mini-map this time around. So, man, dealing with skeletons is still horrible. But I think the monolith is somewhere in this general direction. Maybe. Yes, has to be. Because you have this entire, what are they, poppies, I think? Instead of roses. You got rid of roses for some reason. Yeah, it's right next to this area. So, up ahead, I should be seeing the monolith. I think I'm giving myself a good old time budget of like, what, 2 to 3 hours? Ah, there it is. looks quite nice. What's my zoom button? Is it M or N? I don't remember. Where's my zoom button? Is it M? No, it's my mute button. N? Oh, here we are. And there is, in fact, a whatchamacall thingamabob over here. Oh no, I already have it. Interesting. Well, not here. I can't recall if I've been here before. I don't think I have. I'm not too sure. So, that's one place, so I can now delete that image. Yeah, it's basically a bunch of images I took on the map. And we're just gonna do everything in a very old-fashioned manner of not having a massive mini-map. Unless I, you know, download it. But I really don't want to. So I just won't. So yeah. Also, man, I woke up with not a headache, but some odd dizziness. I don't know if it would be called vertigo, but nonetheless, I woke up and was extremely dizzy. I'm still feeling quite dizzy. I don't know what's up with that. And what's ironic is that I went to sleep an hour and a half early, which is very unhealthy because that time is 1:30. But that's whenever I went to sleep, and that's how I'm going to go about sleeping from now on, because it sounds healthier, and it is. But, ironically, despite doing something that's pretty healthy, of course something has to balance things out, and yeah, I'm dizzy today for some reason. Where am I? Anyway, since I wasn't supposed to be back until like literally at least a month later, to like 3 months later, potentially 5, I don't know what to do. But I can't let things go to waste since I'm here and have the time to actually do that. I also would like to check up on Furryville United, just to see what kind of progress has been made there. I am also extremely interested in a few things that I've seen on the map. For example, there are 2 locations called Fort of the Architect, with 29 total visits. and Aether with 115 total visits at the time that I took those screenshots. But what's pretty interesting though is Aether is inside of the Nether, so I'm going to have to figure that out. But since it's all the way over there, at the end of this thing, I think the best is my phone not charging. My phone not charging. It's supposed to charge. This charger sucks. My goodness. Yeah, it's not working anymore. The charger stopped. No, it's working. Oh. Sorry. My goodness. I don't know who I'm apologizing to. No, my phone. No, I was just looking at the image. The image I took with 7% left. Sorry, no, I just need to click on the screen now. It's 59%. It's a lot better. No, the charger still sucks though. If I'm not mistaken, this is probably in Furryville, right? Well, not this location, but the warp pad that doesn't work. I feel like there was a warp pad that led here. Alright, where are we? No, we're in the middle of nowhere. But distinctly nearby a few things that I can't recall. Oh. No, never mind. It just went up. Man, my memory sucks. Hold on, let me try the other. Or unless maybe it's bad here. On my end. No, thankfully. All the golden. Dang! Alright. Once again, the server never ceases to amaze, if that's the right phrase. Despite getting more sleep. No, I guess. Alright. Right. Ooh, am I poor? I'm still poor. Okay. So, at some point in time, I don't know if I'm going to do it within this little interval, but at some point I'm going to go to the Nether. And also, in the end, there's a few locations I'd like to visit. Because besides from Kozer's location, there's also SS King of Starlight. And There's Knoll, but I think I've already been there. And then True Mind Palace. That's all I'm missing, I think. Oh, that's what I saw. Okay, and also, while I was doing a bunch of stuff with looking around on the map, yeah, I also saw the Backrooms Warp North. So, really curious about that place as well. Real curious about that. Where to? Where to? I.
Yeah.
Where was I going again? Oh, wait. I don't remember. What do I have? Dicey. Right, so let's see. Yeah, there's another location called Z. That's just completely in the middle of nowhere. That's another location. And, not a lot. Not a lot. No, I thought I had a lot more to explore. There is a plenty to explore, but I thought had taken a lot more photos than I did. I mean, 41 sounds like... Yeah, 41 sounds like a lot. It's not the case, though. And then there's also this large circle with a yellow outline. So, pretty interesting. Nonetheless. Ooh. much better. Okay. To be once again clear about things, I do apologize if I don't see any message. It's mainly because I'm way too lazy to hold Twitch open on my phone, which I could totally do, but I don't know, sometimes it just doesn't show anything. So then I'm thinking, well, nothing was sent. But then whenever the statistics come in and says, oh yeah, apparently someone talked, and it's like, fuck. Overall, very nice additions, very nice additions. You know what? Yeah, there's a few ideas. See if this guy has something new. Alright, hold on. Huh. This is quite strange. Where is... Here it is. So I missed all of Halloween, but I'm wondering if they still have the Halloween decorations up or if they're already going for Christmas. Oh man. Missed the Halloween decorations. You know, to be honest, even if I did actually get a store inside of Miku City, I don't even think anyone would have bought the books. Yeah, so the only plan that I got so far is just doing what I did before, but this time I don't even think I have plans for building anything. Alright, let's go to Oob. I'm gonna check this place out. See if there's any change. Nope.
Oh.
Man. Man, I'm tired. I hope it doesn't mean anything, but man, I feel like it can't be a headache, right? I don't know if this is what a headache feels like, because you know, migraines are very distinct. They just hurt. But headaches, I can't tell if this is a headache, but there's definitely like, it feels like there's a density in my skull. Like some pressure. Other known as a pressure headache. But I don't think it's a headache, so I'm gonna refuse that idea. Ooh, that just now reminded me. Whoa, where is it? Here it is. This all reminds me that there's this one person's gallery that I ought to check. I see this. Well, I can always try going to the Warp Hub. I don't know if it's any different or it's a... Yeah, I don't know if it's a sister branch type of dealio or if it's just something that kind of redirects to the main area. Come on. If I am to go there. So are they just straight up just playing Skyblock? Okay. Oh. Ooh, and you know, I realized something whilst I was watching maybe a stream. Yeah, no, it was a clip. Yeah, I watched some sort of like quick little video clip of that big old gallery that whatchamacallit. I'm tired. Anyway, point is, to the gallery. Some gallery, one gallery, I guess. Where am I at? There we are. Yeah, the good old, there's a big old gallery that Mr. Carson has made. You know, I ought to say, despite the fact how I'm cringing every single time I keep saying Mr. Carson, it just doesn't feel right to just say Carson, you know? Because that is just straight up his name. And then also, it's a bit conflicting because then you also just straight up have his username, which isn't much better because it's just Call Me Carson. But while I was here, though, I did... whatchamacallit? Yeah, I did see that one of these railways either lead to, like, you know, the good old pit of lava, or to that one location that I am trying to see. Because I think it does have a waystone, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Oh, thanks. I'm noticing that there is, in fact, not a waystone here. A shame, a shame. I thought there was. Now the real question is if there's a way out. Because I completely forgot if there's actually, where am I? No, that's very convenient. Right. What a privilege I had to have, yeah, what a privilege I had with the minimap actually showing what direction I'm going, so I don't have to keep pulling up F3. Okay, let's see. And you know what? That is, in fact, really close. As it implies. Oh, negative. Positive, negative. Negative, negative. Positive, negative. No, I'll just walk. Alright. Let's see. Right. Let's see. Okay. You know, there really is such a difference between talking to people just in your everyday, and yeah, they may be like friendly acquaintances or like maybe even friends, but man, there's a big difference between that and just talking to just the great friends. You know, in terms of status, you know, they're just people you're more fond of simply because fun connection. Massive difference between talking of between the two. Because man, the more I don't talk to my great friends, the more socially inept I feel. Because it doesn't matter if I'm talking to just some people on a regular basis. Because man, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Oh. Man. If I lose all my crap, I'm gonna actually be really disappointed, if anything. I ought to teach myself some like actual survival skills. Or self-preservation more so. Oh, that's not... Where was I? Right, so I'm gonna get my stuff back. Let's see. That's the gist of everything, isn't it? Right. Back to what I was doing. Yeah, no, the more I just don't talk, or, because they're off doing their own thing. They're busy at the moment. But man, the more I just don't talk to them, you know, the less that I'm, picking up on these. Because I feel like I'm losing my touch when it comes down to, like, I don't know, anything social at this point. First, I was only worried about, like, online communication, because honestly, when it comes down to in person, you can always rely on, like, facial expressions, which I can still count on. That's at least good. But in terms of what to reply with, man, I'm starting to, like, I don't know. No, well, I'm gonna... Ooh, I completely forgot because I was trying to troubleshoot getting into the server. I don't know if they'd ever hear this, but, you know, thank you, it's either Dingus5 or just Dingus, just with an extra S. Yeah, I thank that person for actually, gifting the sub. I don't know if it was intended for me, or if it was just, you know, the randomized multiple sub thing. Presumably, probably that. But nonetheless, thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Now then. Huh. good in the sense that I have not missed out on any kind of messages. Right, I remember this place. That's interesting. And I assume this is not it, but... Okay. Where am I? Great. No, I completely missed it. It's not down there, is it? No, it might. This very well might. Three. Ah. No, I guess it's here. No, I'm still missing it. Alright. Further up. That's clearly here. Probably. I'm pretty sure it's underground. I just... Where is this? I'm assuming there's a warp into the location. And then I'm probably not doing this right. And also there's most likely some sort of warp to get into it. From at least like the main backrooms area. 58. 58, 58, 58 here. Yeah, that tracks. 4, 3, 4. Okay, that's interesting. See, that's just so confusing to me. 4. Okay. 44. Or maybe I just completely missed it, but potentially I could have just gone to yellow spawn and it's just there. Oh, what a pain in the butt. I can't find where I am. What am I to do? Right, so first I'm just gonna check yellow spawn. See if there's anything there. If not, totally fine. Maybe. Suppose I just can... Valorant. Interesting. What? Oh. No, I know where this probably goes. Right, so I'm confused. What's up with this? My goodness. No, this is cool. This is cool.
I have an exact replica of Sauron's helmet from Lord of the Rings. And a 1 in 1,000.
Right, so what I'm confused about, but this is the normal one. And then you have the North Branch. So let's say I go to Red Spawn, right? Oh, rest in peace. So Interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. What's up with that? And also, how am I supposed to get back? And this is a Furryville warp pad, if I'm not mistaken. No. Well, nah, I don't know. Right, so I'm really baffled.
It's just
Oh, okay. Interesting. Alright. Right, well, there's that. You know, genuinely, I feel like things would be a lot closer together in terms of, like, you know, cities and towns if, let's say, there was like a cooldown, which I don't know if I'd be in favor for a cooldown, but then again, if there was a cooldown by, like, let's say 2 hours or just 1 hour, I'm not too sure. Warp pad's different, you know, different stuff. But then again, yeah, no. Hard to say. Because there's a lot of places that pop up and then a lot of places that die at the very same time. Both very quickly. And I think it's thanks to warp pads and especially waystones, I would say. Yeah, most definitely. So it's either that the Backrooms is really large, or Wormtown is really close to Yellowspawn. Because the fact how it extends all the way up to basically such a nearby area is actually pretty crazy to me. Oh wow. Because once again, I would wonder, I wonder what it would be like if there wasn't, like, the Waystones, yeah. Warp pads, a bit curious. It's all great, it's good to have such choices, but at the same time, I ought to think about the fact how, like, one notable place I keep thinking about is Starlight. The fact how it's completely just like a ghost town. Oh. No, this isn't. Oh, hey. Neat. That's very neat. Well, now what? Well, there's plenty to look for. Ooh, wait, you know what? Not this. Echo. No, of course it's unsafe. Here it is. Oh wow, very nice. Gosh, this is amazing. Typically, I wouldn't be so greedy, but I mean, it's gonna overfill, so you know, I'm generously taking it out of their hands, of course. Yeah, I have no idea where to go. I mean, I already had an objective, but I kind of really don't want to walk. Which is defeating the entire purpose. Right, so... Alright, well, let's do it. Where was I? Let's get to the center. So, something here. And from here, I can now go to... Still don't know how to get into the color cube. The whole of records is closer. Nah, screw it, I'm gonna walk there. Alright, 2,000. Okay, and negative, so not that much of a negative, just a little bit. Alright, let's do this. It's a shovel that I need. Is this the onion? No. Man, a lot of deaths. Where did you guys come from? What is up with this? Why are there so many? Right, I'm supposed to be going to the Hall of Records. Ooh. That's... Right, I'm assuming this is not one of those big diamond locations. Oh, cool. Real new. Very much. Oh yeah, alright, you know what? This is why people... You know, this is the reason why walking is such a great thing. Sorry, I'm drinking water. No, but seriously, this is... tragic. Oh, that's cool though. Neat, neat. I like this. Where am I supposed to go? Oh yeah. Right. Where am I? Alright. You know, is it actually easier to just straight up not even do terraforming, just I don't know, terra overwriting practically? Like, is it really worth just, well, in this case, yes, but I don't know, there's these cases where you're just making an entirely new land area. And then you just overwrite the normal land, like this area. But if, let's say, you want to just, I don't know, have a very green land area, so, you know, very on brand with the country, since it's all snowy anyway. But, you just cover this entire place with just dirt and grass. Also, where am I? And what is this? Old world terrain? Oh. Missed the mark, hold on. And, apparently it's way below. Alright, so, suppose that, whilst I'm here, I don't think I can get in. Right. Huh. I think that was a guest. No, couldn't be. No, it could. It could. It could totally be that. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to actually get there. A little bit forward. $229, $22.90, $280. $20.90. $20.90. Okay. Yeah. No. Well, that's a bummer. Although I will say, wow, this is really in the middle of nowhere. No. Righto. I guess there's nothing for me. The big old bummer, because yet again, another location that I can't reach because I have no idea where the warp pad would be. I'm under the assumption that it probably is in warp pad. How did I get here? Right, a cave. Man, what the fuck is this? Right. Okay. What a lovely place. Oh, that's what I was gonna do as well. Right. So, firstly, let me find myself a waystone, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to find so easily. No, definitely not. I was gonna go to Beta Town to see what's up with that place and see if it's still alive. And if it is, cool. If it isn't, unfortunate. What was I gonna say? But I think I'm going to take a good old break from walking. Then again, I think I've already explored the railway. Not to its fullest extent, though. I don't think. Hopefully not. Right. Righto, let's see. Oh, that's unfortunate. Or I'm just blind. I'm blind. I think on this railway leads to Furrytown United, if I'm not mistaken. Thought that was pretty neato. Alright, and now I shall tend to my manga. See, if you're using Android, highly recommend, while you still have the time to, because Google's gonna do that stupid little thing. You know, it's Google being all stupid and being stupid and crap, you know what I mean? So, what was I gonna say? Right. Highly recommend the app Neko. It is a Neato Cools app that basically does, it's just an app for manga decks. So instead of having to go to the website and all that jazz, who did this? So instead of going to... Why? Right, yeah, so instead of going to manga decks all the time, instead you can just open up this cool little app, and I don't know, it's just a lot more comfortable to use, to be honest. I read on mobile. Ooh, blunder. Hold on, I ought to see what this is. If it's still available. I don't know if this was here before. Which way was it? Yeah, it was. Speaking of manga, and then speaking of manhwa instead, highly recommend these two different manhwas if you're a big fan of revenge stories. I'm a big fan of revenge stories. Man, I love revenge stories. The satisfaction, it's fantastic. I will say, whilst I am a petty person, I do acknowledge and respect the idea that revenge is not something you should do. It's just not worth it. You know? Most times. Most times. With that being said, man, I love revenge stories. Feel good feeling of satisfaction from revenge and all that jazz. So, oh, neat. Yeah, this wasn't here a long time ago, which wasn't that long ago. Anyway, I recommend this manhwa called Villain Classroom. This is pretty good. It's pretty good. Still, it's complete. Ooh. Oh, and that's happening pretty soon. Well, no. Give or take, like... a year. But it is already finished, but it's being translated by some cool individuals. And then, another recommendation, absolutely, is this one called Toy Thing, or just Norigan. Also really good. Incredibly good. Man, both that I just said, fantastic. Lovely revenge stories. Very much. Very much so. So, as for how long this entire railway is, there was a time that I just, it was on the first day I was here. Kind of just went AFK. Well, not totally AFK. I was just watching as I was on the rails. And, yeah, it's crazy long. I don't know who built this. And you know what? It would be nice to know. That's totally fair. I didn't expect it. So, yeah, whoever built this, they're pretty cool. And if you didn't build it, okay. But man, this goes a long distance, a crazy long distance. Shockingly long. And I think it, like, I wasn't even finished from the starting point, which is Beta Town. I don't know if it circles around, but I don't know. At least it's like 15 to 20 minutes long consecutively. That's crazy to me. Yeah, this is another cool thing. In fact, how it actually goes through Bummer and does it. No, it definitely should have continued. But did this just cut it off completely? Bummer. Very much so. Or, no, I think this is just a derailment. We'll see. Yeah, no, it is. So this is what I was saying. Is it really worth, well, in this case, absolutely. There's nothing to really lose besides the ocean, but, like, in other cases, for example, that land over there is probably also going to be overwritten. Not even terraformed. Just, no, it doesn't even get that treatment. It's just completely covered. Huh. Yeah, I think that was just a random derailment that someone did. No idea why, though. Nonetheless, as was said, consecutively, this is a 15 to 20 minute. By the way, I do like the concept of this location. It's pretty cool. My goodness, man. What a pain. It's a cool location, though. then. Great. I don't even know where it is. Oh no, they've expanded so much I don't even know where I am. And once again, yeah, super cool location. Well, if one's on the railroad, how am I supposed to get my crap back? Yeah, well, in general, how am I supposed to get my stuff back? Yeah, I was distracted by one of them. Yeah, okay. And, okay. Right. And I'm assuming all those splash particles is kind of where they attack. Sorry, I guess I was distracted by the beauty of one of them. That I didn't even see, you know, the one that's larger. Oh, it's kind of the whales of... No. Crap. It's kind of like the whales of Minecraft. Which is like... not a whale and definitely not peaceful. One. Oh, that's just great. Now I ought to walk around. Yeah. One point case. I especially like the dome. Although, yeah, you got the big buildings, but I mean, there's a housing district, but that's like in the outskirts. I'm assuming the shopping district is the center area. To question how many people are gonna like set up shops there, and if it's gonna be, well, it's not gonna be the same magnitude of the what's it called, Southwest, because Southwest is what you call. What is it? Yeah, it's crazy massive with all the shops that are in the mall. Sorry. What was it saying? Right, I've seen this place. If I'm not mistaken, this area does go through what is it? A jungle, right. What an odd location to be at. So I'm watching this video. It's called Chinese Cat Mistakenly Shipped to America. Right, anyhow. Now, let me check on other individuals. What are they called? Smeepus? Smeepus. Ooh, that is pretty cool. You know, that is actually pretty funny how close together the two Titanics are. Despite them being, forgot what that one phenomenon is called. But you know, speaking of phenomenons, oh, neat. Okay, so, I have this odd proposal of an idea that is honestly pseudoscience, you know? But here's the idea, right? Get this. The idea is that this has nothing to do with interactions at all. No interactions of any kind. I'm calling this concept, if it has a name, it'd be nice to know it, and then I can actually read up on it. But for now, what I'll be calling it is the, what's it called? layman choice hypothesis, right? So the idea is that it works off of a few concepts. One, that there's no interactions between any person. And honestly, this kind of feels very much of a morphic field type of concept. So, that's just as a little setup to get yourself in the mindset. So the idea is this, right? One of the biggest bases of this hypothesis is that you are a common individual. You are a layman. You're of the mass in which you think and do things, right? You're just a common person, And it goes a little like this, right? So, for instance, I would say that I'm probably a common person by some standard. So, let's say there's a fundraiser. And I contribute to this fundraiser. In effect, due to this hypothesis, this would cause an increased likely chance of someone else doing that and contributing to the fundraiser. Not because there's any showing that something's happened, or there's interactions that's communicated that someone should contribute to the fundraiser, but it's of the idea. It's of the idea that since you are a common person and you think like a common individual, because you're just a normal person, that if you do something, there's an increased chance of someone else also doing that. So that's why it sounds like pseudoscience, because it's just like, it's a morphic field type of situation. So, if I don't contribute to the fundraiser, then there's a likely chance that somehow that decreases the chance of the fundraiser being done. I don't know. Nonetheless, though, I would say that's a great mindset to at least stop the bystander effect from a long-distance concept such as the internet. Or, I'm interested. Hold on, what was this? So overall, ooh, that's rad. So, point in case though, it helps with the bystander effect, I would say, because in real life, you just need to think, alright, well, if I don't do anything, no one will. So then you have to actually do something and contribute, otherwise, truth be told, no one's probably going to do anything. But over the internet, or over long distances, with not really in-person interactions or anything, it's the call to action that if you, and that's how it helps with the bystander effect online or anything, it's just, well, if I don't do anything, then based around the common or the layman choice hypothesis, other people are highly likely to also not do anything. So no one's just going to do anything. But if I do something, and it doesn't matter if anyone knows that I've done anything, and no one knows that there's been an effect in any way, but because I've done it, that means as a common individual, another common individual might also think, let me just do this. And yeah, that's why it's complete pseudoscience, because it's just not really, based off of anything besides sociology and psychology. Those two are also pseudosciences, I'm not going to lie. Because at least with mathematics and science and all that jazz, there's like a bunch of different constructs that absolutely can be on an absolute basis of always happening. Or at least to a predictable level of things. But when it comes down to psychology, it's not exactly the most predictable. But that's not the point. Well, it is predictable, but hopefully you get what I mean. So, point in case, the reason why it's probably more so pseudoscience is because it doesn't make sense. There's no communication between the individuals, and thus it's going off of this weird sort of like morphic field concept where you're communicating something to another person without even talking to them, communicating to them, or even having your existence known to them. And yet, by the hypothesis that I throw out there right now, it's based around the concept of if you do something and you are a common person, that increases the chance of something else for someone else of doing the same thing. So there's always the funny thing is, and I mean this not in a creative manner, in terms of creativity, that's the exception to this whole concept, is creative expressions. Anything on the idea of expressions, though, can be a complete variable. You know? Expressions through all that is a complete variable. But I mean things like choices, such as, if I were to grab milk tomorrow, well, someone else might grab milk in general. Because why not? It's a herd mentality, mob mentality. More so herd mentality, but... Point case. It's just an idea. Thrown out there. And it's a good mindset to deal with bystander effect. Definitely. Because truth be told, yeah. If you don't do anything, then by this hypothesis, no one else will. But if you do, maybe other people will actually join in. But if you do nothing and you stand by, then absolutely nothing will happen. But yeah, no, that's just about that. As I've said though, yeah, this is a really long railway. Kudos to whoever created this. You know, speaking of psychology, I'm not too pleased about this, but man, I have not been keeping up with one of my classes. Mainly because I've been really tired thanks to my sleep schedule, which is why I've decided... sorry, this is my Japanese book. Anyway, so that's why I've now made the decision that, you know, to be healthier, because truth be told, I am addicted to this phone of mine and technology, you know? And I'm also addicted to just staying up. So I thought it was a wise idea to put this in plan so then I can actually better my health, which is to turn off all technology at 1:30 a.m., which is already pretty late for a lot of people who would be considered healthy, or even okay-ish. But, I'm not exactly either, thanks to my sleep schedule. Now today was a weird phenomenon because I don't know what's up with the dizziness that I just felt at the very beginning of my day. But, nonetheless, yeah, 1:30. I think that's good. It's a good reinforcement if I continue this, that hopefully over time it'll become a normal concept in which I put everything away, 1:30, and then shortly after I'll go to sleep. Which means, thanks to me waking up around 7:30 or 7:45 in the morning, at the very least, instead of getting 4 hours of sleep consecutively for over a week, and then having an increase of a chance of a few things, which is 1, lessening the retention of memory, as well as 2, the absorption and embedding of memory, and 3, the fact that I could just straight up skip out on classes because I just end up waking up late, which has happened these past few weeks. And I'm not proud of it, but that's just a cause and effect. Hold on. You know, something interesting is that there's always a balance of negatives and positives. That's something I always think about a lot. Is how life is really filled to the brim with a bunch of positives and negatives. To every positive, there is a negative. It may not be the most equal, but the balance in the life is the fact how there is always a negative and a positive, attributed to everything. For example, phones are a technological advancement that has greatly increased many different positive things and has made it a lot easier for many things, you know. However, in an effect, you know, with a double-edged blade, well, we got things like TikTok and in general just a bunch of other crap that can make people's lives worse. So, to every positive, there's also a negative. They may not be to the same equal status, but yeah, I mean, heck, right now, as I'm streaming, as I'm playing on the server, I really did just skip out on an hour of me working on a project that I should be doing, which I'm not too afraid of because I already have a plan, which is tomorrow to actually get crap done. But nonetheless, the fact how I'm here right now, the positive effect is that, I don't know, I'm having fun. Negative? Doesn't matter. I'm not being productive. And it's using up my time. So, you know, if it keeps up, there's also another negative, which is, you know, if I accidentally get addicted to all this and I don't have the restraint somehow to just not do anything on the server, well, then the consequence is I don't finish up whatever I need to on Geometry Dash, which is I'm working on a collaboration that I really need to finish, and has been something that I've been planning out to finish for months now. But circumstances and circumstances, different things. So yeah. I think it was somewhere around this area that I actually stopped. Huh. Oh, well, I guess that's where it ends. You know, classic as ever, I can't find where, here it is. Nonetheless, I'm getting quite tired, and honestly, I need to be productive, and I gotta just do things, and maybe eat. Again. Or no, probably not that. Yeah, definitely not. But at the very least, I definitely need to be productive, so... I'm gonna end things here. Alright.